Good morning to all. I am Dr. Dhoniba Ishwanath, Assistant Professor of Chemistry, Government First Grade College, KR from Bangalore. Today I am going to discuss about second session of Introduction to Biochemistry, which belongs to 6th semester BSc, paper 8, that is Biochemistry. In this session, I am going to discuss about the elemental and biochemical composition of living organisms, a role of water in biochemical systems, and mentioning the properties of water such as dielectric constant, surface tension, heat of vaporization, melting and boiling point of water, and specific heat of water, which we have to use. Using this property of water, we have to discuss these concepts. Now, first one is elemental and biochemical composition of living organisms. Living organisms are composed of about 25 elements. From the beginning of the periodic table, atomic number 1 to 25, usually that is, and these are the having a about the most of them relatively light. These are the 25 elements are there. They should be a relatively light elements with atomic numbers below 30. Among these, the four elements, namely carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygens, are universally present in the all organisms, and their accounts for over 95% of total mass of many living organisms. Therefore, here 95% of total mass of the living organism that contains carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen and oxygen. Therefore, these four elements are called as universal elements present in the organism. Apart from these, other important constituents are that is elements calcium, phosphorus, potassium, sulfur, sodium, magnesium, chlorine and iron. These are the help to develop the normal growth of the organisms. Beside these, few elements, namely copper, zinc, manganese, cobalt, iodine, molybdenum, vanadium, nickel, chromium, iron, selenium, silicon, tin, boron, arsenic, etc. These elements are present in trace amount or traces amount. They are present very minute quantity which are present in the body. They are essential to normal growth of the organism. Therefore, these elements are these are the trace elements, and these are nothing but moderate elements. That is, moderately they are present, and these are the major elements, more major portion of the elements present in the organism. Then again, most of the organic matters in living cells consist of four major types of macromolecules. These are proteins, polysaccharides, nucleic acids, and lipids. These are the macromolecules are nothing but those molecules or those compounds or those organic materials having a high molecular mass. High molecular mass, and they having a complicated structures or long chain structure or polymeric units, such that is the molecules called, that is giant molecules, or it is called as a macromolecules. And these are the proteins. Proteins are nothing but it is the polymers of amino acids. Again, polysaccharides are nothing but it is a polymers of monosaccharides, that is glucose, fructose, maltose. These are the they are present, no, these are the present galactose. These monosaccharides repeatedly join together to form a giant molecule or high molecular mass, and they are called as polysaccharides. Again, nucleic acids. Nucleic acids, it contains, that is a nitrogenous bases, sugars, there is a carbohydrates, along with phosphate group will be there. Phosphate means S3PO4, that phosphate, inorganic phosphate. Pi also, PPI we can be write, that is a inorganic phosphate. Pi, we say that is abbreviated as a Pi, means inorganic phosphate. Along these elements, that is a nitrogenous bases like a purine, pyrimidine bases, these are there, along with pentose sugar, and along with that is a phosphate, or that is say that is a nucleotide, nucleosides. These are the compounds present in the nucleic acid, and they are majorly roles, that is a DNA and RNA. These are the macromolecules. Again, that is the lipids. Lipids are nothing but it contains of the glycerols, the triglycerides of, that is a any, we say that is a triesters of fatty acids. Triesters of fatty acids, they are called as lipids. These are the therefore we say that is a protein, polysaccharide, nucleic acids, and lipids. These are called as generally macromolecules present in the our that is our body, or that is in living system. The proteins constitute a large fraction of living matter, and they constitute chain of amino acid. Polysaccharides are built up from the small, that is the sugars, that I have already explained. These are about, that is therefore the in the elemental there, the majorly major, then minor, and traces, and that is macromolecules. These are the elements or molecules present in the our body or any living organisms. Now coming to, that is further, the nucleic acids, I have already told, nucleic acid, DNA and RNA are built from the small molecules such as sugars, phosphate, and nitrogenous bases. Again, individual lipids molecules are small, however they associate together to large structures which are function like a macromolecular systems. I have already discussed this. Therefore, nucleic acid, that is proteins. Proteins are the polymers of amino acids, and sugar, that is polysaccharides, are the polymers of the sugars, that is monomeric sugars. And nucleic acid consists of, that is three component. One is nitrogenous bases, phosphate, and sugars. And lipids are the small molecules, but they are associated with the different structures, and they are gives, that is a structure macromolecules. Therefore, macromolecules are, that is a four in numbers. One is polysaccharides, nucleic proteins, then nucleic acid, and lipids. And a major portion I have already told, that is major elements, that is carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, and nitrogen. These are the major, and some I have explained, that is even though minor compounds, minor quantity of the elements present in the system, they are essential to develop the body, and also that is a traces quantity of the elements present in the body. Now each component of the cell serves a well-defined role in the living system. These all components, the DNA, RNA, that is nucleic acid, again that is lipids, again polysaccharides, amino acid, carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, then zinc, copper, whatever may be. These are all are that is the elements. They serves definitely serves, and they having a definite roles in the living system. In general, they are responsible to maintaining the structure and functions of the all cells in the living organism. These are about, that is elemental composition in the organism. Now coming to, that is a role of water in the biological system or biochemical system. Here role of the water is very important. Water is, it is a universal solvent, because most of the compounds soluble in water, and this is the inert in nature, and also it is act as a medium or so many reactions. Therefore, water is a, we say that is a universal solvent. Now coming to here, what is the role of the water in biological system, that can be explained here. Therefore, I read here, water is the most abundant substance in living systems, making up to, that is 70% or more of the weight of the most of the organism. Means 70% of the weight it gives due to presence of water only. Water elements having, that is carbon, hydrogen, that is a water is hydrogen and oxygen, they are majorly present, and therefore the whole the weight of the organism it make up to 70% or even though more than 70%. Water pervades all portions of every cell. It is a major part or it is a very essential part of the every cell, and is the medium in which the transport of nutrients, and it is also water is act as a medium for transfer nutrients. Again, the enzyme catalyzed reactions of metabolism and transfer of chemical energy occurs due to by having the water, it acts as a medium. Therefore, it transport nutrients and make, there is a enzyme catalyzed reactions in metabolism or in living system, and due to give, that is energy liberated, no, that energy, chemical energy, that is occurs here due to so many reactions takes place. Therefore, transfer of chemical energy occurs. All aspects of cell structure and function are adapted to physical and chemical properties of water. This is the due to having all aspects of cell structure and functions are adapted to the physical and chemical properties of water, because due to the cell having a different physical, it is having a physically structure and functionally, due to having a water as a very much important constituent in it. The evolution of life on the earth was doubtless influenced by the following properties of water. Without, that is a water, there is no evolution of life on the earth. It is a no doubt. Now, due to having the water having a special properties, that will be a, I will be discussed here. Why there is a water is a universal solvent? Because of they having a special character. First character goes to the water has a high dielectric constant compared to all common liquids. Common liquids, we say that is a different liquids, that is ethanol, methanol, again that is so many other solvents will be there, acetones. Compared to other liquids, water having a high dielectric constant, because due to dielectric constants means dielectric. Electric means two poles, and di means the two charges will be takes. The positive and negative charges will be produced, and the magnitude of that is net dipole moment. Magnitude will be a high compared to other liquids. Therefore, the water has a high dielectric constant compared to other liquids due to the oxygen atom having two unsaid pair of electrons. In water molecule, no, H2O, here two hydrogen atom and one oxygen atom is there, but the oxygen atom having a two lone pair of electrons will be there, or they are also called as an unsaid pair of electrons. And therefore, again, the oxygen atom is more electronegative than hydrogen. And it is a non-linear molecule, non-linear molecules having a bond angle 104 degree, because due to having a Vesper's theory, that is a lone pair more repulsion than bond pair, then bond pair, like that, no, due to having a two lone pair of electrons present on the oxygen atom in water, the repulsion is most, therefore the bond angle of the any molecule that is a stable molecule having a tetra, that is a stable, that is a 109 degree 28 minutes, then that molecule is a highly stable, no. But the deviation from that is 109 degree 28 minutes to it pushes due to having a oxygen, that is lone pair, two lone pair of electrons present on the oxygen, and the bond angle making, that is a instead of that is from deviation 109 to 28, 109 degree 28 minute to 104. It helps to, due to having a high dielectrical constant, it helps to dissolve most of the other compounds in it. Therefore, we say that is a, this is the universal solvent. Most of the other elements or other compounds that dissolved in the water. Therefore, due to having a, this is the first property, um, having a high dielectric constant. Then coming to that is the second property. Besides mercury, the water has the, other than that is mercury, water has a high surface tension and high viscosity compared to all common liquids, due to having a strong intermolecular hydrogen bonding. Because oxygen, the water molecule having a intermolecular hydrogen bonding will be takes place due to the presence of unsaid pair of electrons on the oxygen atom. That lone pair of electrons interact with, that is hydrogen atom of other oxygen, other water molecule. Therefore, a bridging will be takes place. A strong interaction will be takes place, and that is due, that is a intermolecular hydrogen bonding. And due to high, there is a more number of intermolecular hydrogen bonding, they got, there is a highest surface tension and viscosity of the compound. It is exploited by the plants as a means of transporting dissolved nutrients from root to the leaves during the process of the transpiration. Transpiration is the process from the transfer of water molecule from root to leaves. That is the process will be there, and that is called as a transpiration. Due to, even though it having a high surface tension, a tension or a pressure exerted on the surface molecule. Therefore, it is called as a surface tension and high viscosity. Due to this property, the water molecule from the ground level in the earth crust, no, that water sucks the plant root, and that water is transferred or move from the root to leaves during the process of the transpiration. Therefore, the plants will be a grow normally. Otherwise, the plants cannot be grow without there is a transportation of the water from ground to, that is a up, that is a high level from the that is ground level. Now coming to that is the third property goes to, water has high heat of vaporization. Now, due to having a high heat of vaporization, it helps to getting the rid of excess body heat by using it in the form of sweat. When the body is maintained, suppose we take that is a human body, that is a human being's body, the normal body temperature is 37 degrees Celsius, and that temperature is remains maintained in even though summer or even though winter, or that is in rainy season. Even though the atmospheric pressure, the surrounding temperature will be a more or less, but body will be a maintain the temperature. Temperature remains constant. During the process of metabolic activity, the so many heat will be generated in the system while the digesting the food. The conversion of that is a macromolecule into simple molecules, and that will be converted into energy, no. Therefore, during that the heat will be liberated, and that heat, excess heat, suppose excess, that is heat, that is heat produced, means body temperature ultimately increases, but instead of that is a body temperature increasing, that heat will be dissipated in the form of evaporation or loses of the vaporization of the water in the form of sweat, and that will be heat is getting rid from the body. Therefore, the body will be remains the maintain the temperature 37 degrees Celsius. And this is the most important. There is a property due to having a high heat of vaporization. Then fourth property goes to water has a higher melting and boiling point than the other most common liquids like methanol, ethanol, propanol, butanol, acetone, hexane, benzene, chloroform. These are the commonly used. These are the as a liquids as used as a solvent as well as solvent or medium for many reactions similar to that is water. But compared to these solvents, compared to these liquids, the water is also a solvent, and these are also used for so many reactions as a solvent. But difference is nothing but these are having a less melting point and boiling point compared to water. Water having a higher melting and boiling point due to having a main that is here intermolecular hydrogen bonding. The association of the intermolecular hydrogen bonding. But whereas in these molecules there is no intermolecular hydrogen bonding. The extra bonding that is hydrogen bonds form in the water molecules, and to making melting or that is boiling of that water, the extra amount or extra heat or extra temperature will be required to break that bond and to evaporate or to make that is boiling or melting. Hence, due to these are having a higher melting point, the higher melting and boiling point, the water is it is a universal solvent, and therefore due to most of the other compounds will be dissolved in it. Next, fifth property goes to they having a high specific heat. High specific heat. The specific heat is nothing but amount of heat produced by rising the temperature by 1 degree Celsius is temperature is called that is a specific heat. The amount of heat liberated by rising the temperature by 1 degree. I am making some terms constant, and that is called as or at constant temperature, at constant volume and pressure, the amount of heat raised, amount of heat produced by rising the 1 degree Celsius temperature is called that is the specific heat of that particular liquid, particular solvent. Therefore, the water has a high specific heat. It is around 1 calorie per gram, and this is useful for living organism because it allows water to act as a heat buffer. Heat buffer means suppose that is a suppose heat hot that is a food we are taken. No, suppose we are taken there is a tea or whatever we hot materials hot that is a liquids or solvent we are taken, but the body will not be produced that is a heat or it becomes a heat. It is act as a buffer. Suppose the hot food we are suppose taken hot food or there is a food while that is a digesting it produces the heat, but that heat cannot be permit the rise the temperature. It is act as a buffering buffer means by changing the suppose we are adding the heat something, but body temperature maintained remains constant, and such is called that is a heat buffer. This permits the temperature of organism to maintain relatively constant as the temperature of the surroundings fluctuates and as the heat is generated as a byproduct of metabolism. During the supposed surrounding temperature will be increases or decreases. In summer, outside the temperature will be around 40-42 degrees Celsius or 45, even though 45 degrees Celsius. And winter, the temperature will be less than 37, around that is a 20, even though 10-15 degrees Celsius. But our body temperature will be maintained, remains constant, that is a 37 degrees Celsius. Again, this is the surrounding concept. But when we are taken that is food, then it is undergo digestion. The byproduct will be a process. During the byproduct of food digestion, there are so many that is a liberation. So many heat is liberated in the metabolic system. Even though that heat will be controlled by using a due to having a high specific heat of water. Thus, so far we say that thus water is absolutely essential for life, and not only as a universal solvent, but it is also a reactant in biological reaction. And therefore, this water is very, very important. So far, I have discussed about elemental and chemical composition of the living organisms. I have explained what are the elements present in the major, minor, traces and macromolecules. I have explained these everything detailed in this class. Again, what is the role of water in the biological system or biochemical reaction? That is a very important. I have explained that is a dielectric constant, surface tension, heat of evaporation, melting and boiling point, and the specific heat of the water. Due to having this property, I have detailed explained in this session, and hence this complete. I hope you have already understood everything. Thank you.